Hi. Pretty shit day, wouldn't you say? So I woke up this morning to my friend Ben calling me 10 minutes before my alarm was supposed to go off to tell me the news. I've had that many text messages today. It's been crazy, as I'm sure a lot of fans have had the same exact thing. It's like a member of the family, you know? But what I wanted to do now is just tell you how Ed has impacted my life.
Take me through the first time you ever heard Van Halen.
It was my stepmother and my little stepbrother in the car. We were driving him to the dentist.
Yeah.
And I asked Marcia if we could listen to KOME, which was 98.5 on the dial. It was the rock radio station in San Jose, California at the time.
How old were you?
I would have been about, I'm going to say 12.
Okay.
Yeah. And it was You're No Good. And which I had heard before, so I knew the song, but I didn't know their interpretation of it. So, you know, the song's cruising along, everything's great. The solo comes around, and it was like, bam! Yeah, that was the solo. It's still one of my favorites even now. It knocks you one. It's
what
good.
was so different about it?
He did so many different techniques in the solo, like
What
he does like
music?
whammy bar stuff. He does this harmonic catching thing where you get your hand going like this, and you take this and
What were you listening to already? Country and Western?
yeah. I was listening to country and western. I was listening to Kiss and AC/DC. So then, anyways, so I heard that, and I waited till the end of the song. I'm like, I think I know who it is, but I'm not sure. And the girl said Van Halen, and I think within like 5 days or less, I bought Van Halen 2. So I actually had Van Halen 2 before I had Van Halen 1.
So you were already aware of Van Halen, but you just weren't a fan until this song.
Yes.
Cool.
I've actually heard Van Halen. I saw the videos of like You Really Got Me and Running with the Devil or way back when I was like 9.
Yeah.
But I was so into Kiss that I was just like, yeah, whatever. Didn't even dawn on me that, you know, yeah, I'm a bit slow like that.
Okay, and so you got that album.
Yep,
And you played it a lot.
I did.
Did that album get you to start playing guitar, or was it Kiss that got you into guitar?
Maybe Kiss. I always had a guitar. Like, my mom's boyfriend gave me one. So I had this electric, it was electric, I think it was a Gaia tone. It was a piece of shit.
Yeah.
But it was something to mess around on. So yeah, I always had a guitar. But and I always played a little bit, but when I heard Van Halen, it piqued my interest, you know, to the point where was getting more into it.
Yeah.
For sure. So for my 40th birthday, Alex got me the Bumblebee, Eddie Van Halen Bumblebee, which Victor made.
No one was making it at that point.
No, this was before Eddie started doing them via Fender. And then this one is the 1980 Charvel Star that Victor also made. We did not have the paddle headstock here, which is a Dan Electro neck. We decided to just use a reverse headstock from a Strat, and booyah. And and then Victor painted significant things that were part of this onto here, and he did a lovely job. And he went nuts on the back because we didn't know what the back looked like at the time, so he just did his own thing.
Because he painstakingly just does it through photos.
Yeah, he nailed this graphic better than Fender did.
I know that some of your high school friends have said like they remember you playing Van Halen in back then.
Yeah.
And so how did you learn to play Van Halen songs back then?
I had a Starlix. It was a Wolf Marshall Starlix cassette. And it had tab, which I hated. And I learned from that. My dad also had like a reel-to-reel tape recorder, so I'd slow down the album that way, and then he had a power thing on it to where it would slow it down to half speed. But So it slowed it down an octave lower, but then yeah, the speed. So it was pretty rough to kind of glean any kind of information from that. And then when I got a little bit older, I was just taking my record player, putting it in neutral because there was a neutral, setting, and just hand spinning it myself, just to find out like the order of the notes.
So you'd have to listen to it for hours upon hours.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
And I didn't have the right technique, so I wasn't using alternate picking. I was doing economy picking, and so it was like down hammer hammer, down hammer hammer, that kind of a vibe. And I didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah.
But at least I got to a point where it was actually pretty decent.
So how much of your playing would you say you learnt from Eddie?
Probably all of it.
Really?
Yeah. In the beginning, sure.
Yeah.
Like that's all I listened to, him and then George Lynch for Dawkins, and then Paul Gilbert came around, and that Intense Rock video pretty much straightened me out. Oh, and Ingve too. Ingve, of course. So there's one of them of Live VH. I think these are Neil Zlauzower shots. I'm not entirely sure. Another great one of Ed. Try not to get the glare from the light. That's a great one. I love that one. Here's one of Ed and the Shark. And here's another great one of Ed.
What's the favorite technique of his that he uses that you like to do?
Eddie? When I was a kid, it was that harmonic catchery thing where you move your hand, you hammer and pull off on this hand on, say, the, A string, and then you take this part of your palm and you take it down the strings like that. And it grabs all the natural harmonics, and because you're moving your hand this way and going like that, it just gives you that sound.
So how many times have you seen them?
3.
Tell me about the first time. Who'd you go with? Where was it?
First time I saw them, it was the 1984 tour.
That's cool.
It was, pretty much the last tour before Dave quit. Who did I go with? I went with my two stepbrothers, Mike and Troy, and we went with a guy. We went with my stepmother's co-worker's husband, and he was a bit of a dick. So he was standing here, I was standing here, my two brothers were standing next to me here, and they were smoking a joint as young teenage boys, thinking, oh, he's not gonna say anything. I don't think he did, but I was like, I ain't fucking getting high, and they were just smoking it up hard.
So you were there purely for the music at that point?
Yes, 100%. And then the second time I saw him was 5150 tour, and we were so close to the front, it was crazy. It reminded me of the actual There's Only One Way to Rock video. Like, it looked like that, but in real life. It was insane.
And then the most recent time?
Stone Music Festival in Sydney. Flew down with Nate and James Ryan, and we stayed. Yeah, we went to the show. We landed, went straight to the show, saw the show, and stayed in Newtown. But yeah, that was good. What I think I'm going to do is on Friday, maybe afternoonish, maybe night for you guys, I'm going to do a, so it'll be Saturday here. It'll be Saturday morning here. And then, yeah, it'll be like Friday afternoon / night over there in California. I'm going to do a live stream and come into the room. And it's just going to be a celebration of Eddie Van Halen's life. We'll do some talking. We'll do some chatting. I'll play some of the guitars. We'll go over songs. We'll have a fun time. You know, we'll do it for an hour, and if it runs over, it runs over.
He's been such a massive influence on your life. Can you imagine who you would be without him in your life? I
probably wouldn't be a guitar player, to be honest.
Yeah.
Maybe a singer.
How weird is that?
That is weird.
Maybe a singer. I like that. Like, like, I was thinking you'd just like have a different pathway in your life completely, like you'd have a different job.
No.
You're just like, I'd be a singer.
Yeah. Oh, I'd definitely be into music. But, Ed's the man.
Yeah.